This woman is sort of standing in like a lab coat in front of like a small audience of people. They're all sort of younger children, and she says to them, "Hello there, pleased to meet you." And she sort of bows slightly, trying to show respect. She sort of smiles and gives like a really large smile because she's trying to appear, more energetic. And she says, "Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Palm. I'm the leading researcher on occult phenomenon." And she goes over to her desk and she reaches for a Pokeball. "This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon." And she throws the ball into the air and there's this flash of light. But when the actual like light kind of clears, there's like nothing there. Like there's no Pokemon that like pops out and like makes a noise or whatever. There's just like it's just like air, and all the people are like looking around like confused. "Oh, damn it, chop it, not again." And she sort of like starts panicking and looking around like, "Oh, where'd it go? Oh no." And all the people and all the kids start like turning around and like leaving. "No, I'm not crazy. There's a real ghost here. I swear. I'm not, no, please. Don't you want your Pokemon? Come on." And she like starts pacing around the lab, goes to grab a little transceiver and starts like fumbling with the buttons. Can't believe this happened again. So we cut to Gawd's bedroom, sort of as he's being woken up by this noise, almost like it's an alarm, like this beeping, like a like kind of thing.
5 more minutes alarm. Gonna like glance at the time, like
yeah, it's like not early in the morning or anything. It's like kind of later in the morning.
I suppose I should get up.
Your transceiver is like beeping, so you can like answer it.
All right, then I'll just open it and
start hearing her voice, and she's like, you have to help. I was doing an introduction for the tour group, and the shop had disappeared again. I think it might have been stolen. You have to help. I can't find him anywhere." And you hear like crashing noises in the background as she's like fumbling through all of her stuff, like, "Oh no, oh no."
Don't worry, I'll be there in a moment.
As you're kind of getting packed up to leave, we kind of pan around your bedroom. What Nintendo console do you own, or do you have just a bunch of them?
Right now, I own a 3DS, so let's go with that.
Okay, so you just have your 3DS like sitting on the desk. You live pretty close to the lab, I think. It's sort of like the setup in the the games or the anime, where you actually live pretty close to it because you both study like occult stuff.
Oh, okay. I was like, "Ooh, do I have a girlfriend that I don't know?"
Well, maybe we
right.
I don't know who else lives there. We could always establish that later. Who knows? I'm not even 100% sure if you have a rival yet, but that could definitely be something that you might actually have. But for now, it's mostly you and the professor.
All right, so I guess I'll wear my standard array of clothes and my scarf.
Yeah, sure.
And head over.
When you get into the lab, you see a bunch of people like kind of crowded around, and the doors sort of open. When you walk into her lab, just to describe it a little bit, it's sort of dark, and it's very like creepy looking. Like for you, it's very cool, but like for anyone else, it might just be kind of uncomfortable. It's kind of darkly lit, and it has candles everywhere and like occult circles, and it's very gothic in nature. Like it matches the rest of the city pretty well in terms of the architecture and like the design of the interior and the exterior of the building. Like it's more of a gothic design, and she's just like kind of fumbling around with books.
Yeah, I have this psionic sight.
You're able to view residue left by humans and Pokemon due to the effects of psionic abilities. Each human or Pokemon leaves a distinct psychic residue. You're easily able to identify. You need a way of knowing their signature, seeing them do it, and seeing the resulting signature. I just wanted you to make like some kind of perception check to like look around the room.
Okay, sure, I can. My perception's not super good, but it's not bad. 9.
Okay, 9. Okay, you're fairly sure, based on your knowledge of ghost Pokemon, that it's probably just like invisible. and
Yeah.
like flying around somewhere. You're
Mhm.
not exactly sure where, but like you could probably narrow it down with something like a 9. Like you'd know like the general area, and you could like maybe call out to it with another sort of roll, or like try to find a way to like get it to appear for you or something. But like you can kind of narrow down where it is. It's not visible to like the naked eye, but you can tell like kind of
Mhm.
where it is.
I'm actually going to like. Is there any like Pokemon food around or?
Yeah, there's some like food lying around. It's weird because I think she would specialize in like having like ghost. I don't know if ghost food makes sense, but like she has like stuff that you would like offerings, like like stuff you'd put in a shrine. Like she has stuff that you'd like burn, or like food that you would use for like rituals or things like that.
So I'm basically going to take some of that and move to the corner, and I think I actually have that ability that I can use Pokemon Education instead of my Charm.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. You should do, yeah, in this situation.
I don't, but I can use Charm and I'll get a +2
Right.
because of the ghost.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, go ahead.
11.
So you basically you put this sort of offering out, and the little shuppet just, it's not Stitches, it's a different shuppet, but the shuppet just sort of you can see it kind of glide down towards the offering, and it turns, it starts to slowly like turn visible again. And the way it does this is it sort of like pulls like almost like an invisible sheet off of itself,
Mhm.
because it already is like a sheet, and then it has like another sheet on top of the sheet, and it kind of twirls around and like and starts like nibbling on this food.
There you go.
And
Felt like being a little prankster, huh?
the professor sort of just turns around. Oh, you found it. Thank you. I'm not as gifted as you are with this sort of thing.
Yes, it is a gift. I'm just glad that she didn't run away or anything like that.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I make a good home for them here. I don't think they would.
Yes, it is quite a lovely atmosphere.
She sort of smiles, and like she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, and she's like, "Yeah, not everybody would see it that way. How's your Pokedex going?"
Oh, I've kind of not started yet.
Oh, well, I did have something I needed a little help with. It'll help you to get a little experience in the field.
Well, I'd be happy to for any of the help that you can give.
I was getting some reports earlier about some people getting attacked in the lower subway area. I think some Pokemon might be involved, some wild Pokemon. If you could investigate, that would be great. I'm not really very good at field work. I'm better at doing stuff in my lab. She sort of plays with her hands, like like almost like a mad scientist. Like,
Yes.
yes.
God's gonna have a pleasant smile and go, "Oh, I would certainly be glad to help."
Oh, good. Well, if you find any Pokemon down there, you should maybe catch them or report back to me what's going on, because, as you know, the wild Pokemon activity around here is very dangerous because of all the laws and regulations.
Hmm.
We don't have a lot of people checking around the wilds for Pokemon. Sometimes they get very anxious. They wander into the cities and they start causing trouble, and it's very, very difficult for most of the people here to deal with. If you could, help, that would be great.
Yes, certainly. I'll check it out right as soon as I can.
Thank you. I
And with
think
that, I guess I will exit the scene.
Yeah, and I think like as you're leaving, she's like calling back to the children. She's like, "Look, I found it. See?" And everyone's just like, everyone's basically like standing outside, like, and they're on their phones, or like they're talking to each other, like, "I don't want a Pokemon from this creepy professor. Let's get out of here." I'm like, let's go to the next town over. Maybe there's a better, like they're like, let's leave. So that's kind of what happens as you're
No
going.
one appreciates ghost type Pokemon.